Okay, let's unpack this. Have you ever wondered who truly pulls the strings, or if there's some secret hidden contract dictating global affairs behind the scenes? Today, we're diving deep into a truly provocative question posed by one of our sources. It's in German. Ich würde wirklich gerne wissen, wer den Vertrag geschrieben hat, der die Welt verkauft hat. Which basically translates to, I would really like to know who wrote the contract that sold the world. It's a bold claim, isn't it? Almost unbelievable. And it's the core of our deep dive today. Our sources for this journey include a specific website and its associated documents, which laid out this incredibly elaborate narrative about just such a world sale contract. It's dense, it's intricate, and it makes some, well, truly astounding allegations. We're not here to validate any of it, just to be clear, but rather to navigate its labyrinthine claims and understand the internal logic it presents.
What's truly fascinating here, what makes this source so, well, compelling, I suppose, is the sheer audacity with which it connects very specific legal and political entities to build its case. Our mission today is to thoroughly explore what this source claims about how the world was supposedly sold and who exactly was involved, according to the document itself. We're dissecting the intricate story presented, every twisted detail it provides to truly understand this unique worldview.
Exactly. We're going to explore the alleged parties involved, the supposed legal and political mechanisms of this contract, and its far-reaching implications, all as described within this compelling, if unconventional source material. So get ready to see how complex international law can be interpreted, or maybe misinterpreted, to construct a truly unique and frankly quite alarming narrative. All right, buckle up, because the core allegation from our source immediately throws some incredibly powerful entities into the mix. You might expect, I don't know, a shadowy corporation, maybe. But the document claims the Federal Republic of Germany itself, often referred to as the BRD, the Kingdom of the Netherlands, and even the Dutch Air Force as a NATO participant, are all deeply implicated in this sale. But that's just the start of it, isn't it?
It absolutely is, and it doesn't stop there. The source claims the United Nations also gets drawn into this alleged web, not directly perhaps, but through the automatic recognition of treaties with NATO and, crucially, via the International Telecommunication Union, the ITU, which is, a UN suborganization. The narrative is that these interconnected legal relationships automatically extend the reach of this alleged contract.
And the specific timing is key, right? The source pinpoints an exact date for this supposed contract.
That's right. If we connect this to the bigger picture, the source pinpoints a very specific date, October 6, 1998. The document claims this wasn't some accidental or opportunistic transaction, but rather a long-planned preparation for significant global events. Going so far as to specifically mention WW3. It's presented as a strategic, meticulously orchestrated move, years in the making, designed to set the stage for, well, a grand, sinister plan, according to them.
So who was the buyer in all of this, according to the source? You might envision a powerful government, a mega corporation, maybe some shadowy cabal of global elites. But the document describes someone completely different.
Yeah, it's quite surprising. They say it was a 19-year-old at the time of the contract negotiations, supposedly naive about international law, who initially just wanted to be a real estate agent. He was hoping to earn a commission by selling some NATO properties.
Right, and this is where the story takes a sharp turn, doesn't it? From alleged global conspiracy to, well, personal tragedy almost.
This is truly where the narrative, The force explicitly states he was sought out precisely because he was someone whose life could be easily destroyed. A nobody, as they put it, who would be easy to control and coerce, becoming an unwitting pawn in a much larger game.
The narrative takes a very dark and frankly shocking turn when describing the alleged buyer's plight. I mean, the consequences the source claims he faced are almost unbelievable. Expropriation of his property, disenfranchisement, being declared persona non grata, and forced displacement resulting in an astounding 55 evictions in just 3 years, leading to repeated homelessness. It's quite something.
And that's not all.
No.
No. As if that wasn't enough, he allegedly endured 1,000 unlawful court cases, criminal sentencing to lifelong detention along with his own mother.
It's his mother, too.
Yes, along with his mother. And even physical and psychological torture, poisoning, and drugging. It paints a truly harrowing picture of extreme persecution.
It really does. It makes you wonder what could possibly justify enduring all that, according to the source.
Well, this raises the critical question. Why would anyone silently endure such horrific suffering? According to the source, the buyer's steadfast refusal to file a lawsuit in the BRD is presented as absolutely pivotal. He is depicted as silently enduring all these hardships to protect everyone from these evil plans.
And the reason?
The reason, as the source claims, is chilling. Filing a lawsuit in Germany would legally transfer jurisdiction to the German state, thus internationally validating a court ruling that would then establish the New World Order, or NWO.
Ah, right.
So his inaction, his silent endurance in this narrative, is portrayed as the ultimate act of resistance, a sacrifice to prevent a global catastrophe. It's an incredibly potent claim within the source's logic.
So if this contract is so pivotal, who does the source claim were the actual masterminds behind it? Was this like a small group or a wider conspiracy involving official entities?
That's a crucial point because the source focuses on very specific German entities and personnel. It paints a picture of highly specialized architects rather than, anonymous stuff. It names the Oberfinanzdirektion, or OFD, Koblenz, which is a regional financial authority, usually responsible for federal finances and properties.
Okay.
Also implicated is the Völkerrechtliche Schiedsgericht für das NATO-Truppenstatut, which translates to the International Court of Arbitration for the NATO Status of Forces Agreement, a body typically handling disputes related to military presence.
Right.
And finally, the Bundesamt für Wehrtechnik und Beschaffung, or BAAAB, the Federal Office of Bundeswehr Equipment, Information Technology, and In-Service Support.
So we're talking about established functional government bodies here, not some shadowy off-the-books organization. What's the source's claim about the people working within them?
What's truly striking is the level of detail the source provides about the alleged conspirators. It claims that high-ranking international and stationing law experts, particularly specialists in the NATO Status of Forces Agreement, or SOFA, that's the agreement defining the legal status of foreign forces in host nations, supposedly worked at the Electoral Palace in Koblenz.
Mm-hmm.
These individuals are described as possessing profound international legal knowledge and being crucially involved in negotiating and drafting this significant international law contract. The document stresses their concentrated expertise and highest professional competence, noting their proficiency in areas like extraterritoriality, immunities, and state succession.
So the alleged cleverness lies in using existing legal frameworks to achieve something extraordinary. Is that the idea?
Exactly. That seems to be the core claim.
The source goes on to highlight the extreme precision allegedly employed in drafting this document. It states that every formulation in the contract was consciously chosen with the greatest precision. There were supposedly no accidental or ill-considered passages that could have later led to unexpected legal consequences. The international law experts, it claims, knew exactly what impact each clause would have. It's not just a contract, it's presented as, well, a legal masterpiece of manipulation.
And the alleged negotiation process itself is described with almost obsessive detail. The source discusses a comprehensive negotiation and division of labor that took place from 1995 to 1998 for what it calls the State Succession Deed 140098. This process reportedly involved a rigorous analysis of existing legal norms, capitalizing on a globally unique legal situation related to the sale of specific NATO properties. They meticulously formulated clauses, deliberately including phrases like development sold as a unit, which was specifically intended to create a worldwide domino effect of territorial expansion.
A domino effect of territorial expansion through a legal document.
That sounds ambitious. How does the source claim they ensured this would actually work?
Well, the source alleges there was extensive international coordination to ensure a unified and legally sound solution, with no international legal subject raising objections within the appeal period. And this is a truly audacious claim. The source states the contract was ratified by both the Bundestag and Bundesrat before it was even signed.
Before signing.
Really, that's what they claim. This, within the source's logic, lends it an unparalleled legal weight and legitimacy right from its inception, making it nearly impossible to overturn.
Okay, let's now explore the specific legal instruments and connections described as the actual mechanisms of this alleged world sale. The source highlights the World Succession Deed 1400 and asserts that it initiated this domino effect of worldwide territorial expansion by selling development as a unit with all international legal rights, obligations, and components.
This sounds incredibly abstract.
Yeah.
How does the source claim this expansion actually happens, like practically?
This is a critical point in understanding the source's logic. When the source highlights development sold as a unit, it's positing a kind of legal hack. They claim that these aren't just property deeds for buildings or land, but bundles of international legal rights, obligations, and even infrastructure.
Okay.
The alleged magic here is that once sold in one location, these rights automatically extend their reach through any connected infrastructure or supply lines. Think of it like, I don't know, a digital virus spreading through existing legal networks and infrastructure connections, turning every telecom cable, every shipping route, every connected supply line into a potential border expansion.
Huh.
It's presented as a stealthy, legal form of territorial expansion, not by military conquest, but by leveraging pre-existing networks.
And this leads directly into what the source calls the contract chain, or Verträgsket, correct?
Precisely. This leads directly into what the source calls the contract chain, or Verträgsket. Think of it like a set of interconnected legal agreements, where one major contract, by referring to existing treaties, say, with the Kingdom of the Netherlands and NATO, essentially becomes an amendment to all of them.
Amendment to all related treaties.
That's the claim, and it's truly bold. Once this chain is activated, subsequent agreements don't need re-ratification. It's as if by simply participating in the original linked treaties, every international body is automatically roped into recognizing this new, overarching contract.
So a kind of legal opt-out isn't just unavailable, it's supposedly already been overridden.
That's the idea presented. It's designed, in their narrative, to create a self-perpetuating legal framework that expands its influence automatically.
And part of this intricate chain involves TKS Telepost, this English-language telecommunications provider that served U.S. and British forces, among other NATO members, in Germany for decades. How exactly does this seemingly unrelated commercial company get woven into this incredibly complex, alleged contract?
That's a crucial link the source highlights, and it demonstrates the alleged cleverness of the scheme, according to them. What's claimed is that the OFD Koblenz specifically integrated the TKS Telepost contract, which outlines the provision of telecommunication services to military forces, into this overarching Deed Roll 14098. This act supposedly activated further international contract chains.
What specific chains are we talking about here, and what are the claimed consequences?
We're talking about connections to the NATO Status of Forces Agreement, SOFA, which governs the legal standing of allied military personnel.
Right.
The ITU, the International Telecommunication Union, that UN sub-organization dealing with global telecommunications,
Okay.
and various host nation support, or HNS, agreements, which outline support provided by a host country to foreign forces. The consequence of this integration, as claimed by the source, is that stationed troops are then allowed to use telecommunication infrastructure for free or with special benefits. The source even suggests the OFD Koblenz acted on behalf of the USA in this integration, cementing its global reach.
And the final alleged mechanism detailed in the source is equally far-reaching, isn't it? Tying all these threads together into a grand plan.
Yes, the source claims that the international jurisdiction was also transferred, which provides the legal basis one day, through a court ruling, to withdraw the legal basis from all sold states of the UN and introduce the NWO. This is the ultimate objective, according to the narrative, to create a legal pathway, through a seemingly legitimate court ruling, to dismantle the existing international legal order and usher in the New World Order.
Wow.
It posits that all these complex legal maneuvers are merely building blocks for this final act.
Moving beyond the contract itself, it's clear this narrative isn't just about one legal document. It's part of a much larger, well, chilling vision. The source's website isn't just about this one legal document, it's a whole ecosystem, really. You see NWO merchandise, an NWO podcast, and an NWO news blog filled with categories like e-technocracy, world revolution, and dystopia. This isn't just window dressing. These elements, particularly the concept of electric technocracy or electrocracy, seem to provide the ideological blueprint.
Absolutely. This shows that the narrative isn't just about a single contract, but a comprehensive worldview. The electric technocracy, for example, seems to hint at a technologically controlled society where power is exerted through digital means and infrastructure, directly linking back to that telecom contract chain we discussed.
Right, makes sense.
And the source even mentions a micronation and Grindin ebook, or how to found a micronation ebook, which points to a suggested alternative or future structure outside of these alleged global systems, almost as an escape route or a blueprint for resistance within this complex narrative. It really rounds out the depth of this worldview, offering both a dire warning and a potential, albeit unconventional, solution.
So, to briefly recap the key claims made in this truly intricate source, we've explored an alleged clandestine contract from October 6, 1998, said to involve multiple international bodies like the BRD, the Netherlands, NATO, and the UN. It was supposedly engineered by sophisticated legal experts with extreme precision, all centered around an unwitting buyer whose profound suffering is presented as crucial resistance to a coming NWO.
Mm-hmm.
The mechanisms described, from the World Succession Deed 1400 and its domino effect of worldwide territorial expansion to the contract chain and the role of TKS Telepost, weave a truly intricate story of alleged global legal manipulation.
This deep dive into these sources has illuminated a highly specific and frankly elaborate narrative about global control, legal manipulation, and the alleged hidden players. It's a powerful example of how complex international legal frameworks can be interpreted, or, as the source claims, misused to construct such profound and world-altering claims, illustrating a unique, unsettling perspective on hidden power dynamics and the potential for a new world order.
So what does it mean for our understanding of global power dynamics when such incredibly detailed yet unconventional narratives emerge claiming to uncover the true sail of the world? How do these stories, with their elaborate legal theories and grand prophecies, shape our perceptions of authority in the very systems we live within? It's certainly something to ponder, isn't it?